It was normally those three buttons at the bottom, right?
Yeah, I know how to do it. It's just with my screen share, it's blocking. But let me
Oh,
quiet myself because we's being recorded.
oh, hey.
All right, here we go.
I gave my good side and my good side. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Zoom. This is Dionne Monsanto, the Chief Joy Connector, and I am truly in a blessed and happy space, being Phoenix, Teresa, Marie, Jennifer, Marie Lavelle, people that I've seen, Z, all the family coming in. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Facebook, thank you for being here. You know, you can always come on over to Zoom. We don't charge extra, you know. You could just come. You could just come. But I'm glad you're here. So in terms of things that you might need for today, if you're on your phone, have something to write with or be prepared to take a screenshot. And yeah, come with an open heart, prepared, come with knowledge of what you already do, because you're already infinitely whole and resourceful, and you have some habits and some things, and we're just going to create and shape something together that's going to work for you. Oh, somebody came in and fell out. Oh, they're back. Okay. I am looking forward to this day. It came from you guys too. Like there's always these questions that I get in DMs or text messages about something that you want to hear. So thank you for always being so actively engaged. And if there is something more that you want to hear, let me know. Let us know. Facebook, text, email. We are connected. Hey, Adam.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Awesome. I love your morning workouts, Adam. I could spell gym. That's about as far as that is.
Me too.
Oh.
It smells fresh and great.
So Dionne, keep sharing or share a little bit about what.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay.
Oh, we got quiet, so let's carry on. We'll see.
Okay.
Hey, Dionne, you should work out with me one day.
One day in the future, eventually.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
So blessed to be here with you this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, if you weren't here when we started, my name is Dionne C. Monsanto. Hello to you on Facebook. Welcome to everyone that just joined on Zoom. I'm the Chief Joy Connector. And what we're talking about today is carving out time for you, making a sacred space, making a sacred altar. And the picture, the background that I have up, I have the last word in the title is becoming an altar, and looking at how we create sacred space, a physical space in our home, and then what do you do to use it? Because we buy things or we create things and you may not always use it. It may get out of sorts and like cleaning and caring. And then going to that next level where I think in your connection to creator, ancestor, God, however you're calling, Yahweh, Olodumare, in connecting with spirit, having that live so deep inside you that there's a connection to yourself in which you're becoming the altar. And that's one of the reasons I'm actually going to step out of the camera just for a moment so you can see this picture. So if you're not looking at the screen and you're just listening, take a peek for a moment right now. So that, what you were able to see is a picture of me. And this whole concept for me came out of, I was in a photo shoot and it was in Kenya in March, and that is my hair all spread out. And it was a process of two different people picking flowers and spreading them and placing them in my hair. And I'm laying in the grass with my arms out and being in deep meditation. And it came through so clearly that I was the altar. So it was this next level of becoming for me. So in sharing that, that's why oftentimes when I'm participating in the woo space, I have this background up, but I don't generally have it up when I'm sharing with you. But it makes me happy to see it. And it reminds me that all of the energy that I place into a physical altar, wherever it is in my home, is still coming through me to connect with what is. So what I'd love you to do is grab, if you haven't done so already, open up notes on your phone, grab a pen or paper. I have a few items behind me, so I will pick them up and share with you, because what I tend to do, and it's much, I would say to you, I speak for myself as well, often will find ways to say, it's like, oh, I can't do that. Like I can't create an altar because I'm not a priest, whether it's in, Santeria, Yoruba, Ifa, it's like, I'm not at a certain level, so I can't do that. But you can, and you should. And it makes space and time for you to spend time with you, because that is the largest complaint that we hear everywhere in the world, in magazines, on TV, with your friends. I just don't have time. I can't do this. I don't have time. So this creates a sacred space for you to carve out time for yourself. I was looking for a simple definition to share with you about what an altar was, and I didn't particularly love the dictionary definition. So what I did find that I thought was relevant was a woman says, an altar is just an intentional space where you gather tokens that help you feel connected to your highest power. And that felt the most accurate for me. I'm going to say it again, and then I might drop it in the chat for you. An altar is just an intentional space where you gather tokens that help you feel connected to your highest power. So when looking at what that is or could be, I always say invite in candles. So if I'm going to say we'll pick maybe 3 to 5 items, let there be light. We are the light and light comes through us. So what I have next to me, I'm going to grab it so you can see, is a tea light candle. So it's a small one and it's in selenite, if I remember correctly, this particular one. So a small tea light candle. So having light, it could be candles. Some of my larger altars have the longer 7-day candles, and creating an intention, finding a physical space. And this one has a few crystals. We're sitting at my desk, and now I'm blanking on the name of these. I know there's black obsidian, These two are for Kenya, and I forgot the names. The wonderful Cheryl Glenn told me, and I forgot them. So Cheryl Glenn will help you with your crystals. And then those two are from Kenya. I think it was azurite and kyanite, and desert rose. So you may find something that simply speaks to you. I love cowrie shells. And there's a cowrie shell that was from an older costume of mine. And an elephant that was a gift. So this is the one that's on my desk. So picking items that make you feel special and live in your heart and deciding your intention. So this particular small altar is on my desk in my home. I have a different altar with ancestral pictures on there, with my daughter and my grandmother and my father-in-law and different things like that. So there, I do have an ancestral altar, but this little altar just creates a positive and peaceful energy at my desk. So when I am working, my come from is a space of peace, joy, creation, love, and light. So what I will say to you is, what is your intention? What do you want to create? And even though we're not here for as long as possible today, I want to hear from some of you. What is it that you want to create in your space? Why you would create an altar? What are some of the energies you want to amplify or create in your life? So I'm going to pause so I can hear you, or you can type in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or Zoom, and just let me know, what is it that you want to create and magnify in your life while you might need an altar?
So nothing has dropped in the chat yet. People are still thinking.
Oh, I see some things. All right, thank you, Z. Love, abundance, community, strength, positivity, empowerment, peace. I look for confirmation from the ancestors. I think I could get it from an altar. Love, wellness, and peace. I love all of these. They went by fast. I'm sorry I didn't say all of your names, but that's exactly it. So what is it? So the next thing is, so each of you that shared, and even if you didn't share, oh, nice, Chantel, connection to source and ancestors to increase my abundance, peace, and quality of life on earth, intimate partnership and abundance, connection and power. I love all of this. So I think a lot of us have gone through experiences, peace Aquia, that where we've gone through creating vision boards. So I wanted to bring that in as an example as well, that a vision board is another type, I say like a temporary, I guess more temporary. Altars are for the most part temporary, but that's something you're creating to call in something. So you could have 5 altars in your home. You can create sacred space in different places. So for all of the things you said, think of a symbol. For all of you that came up with something, like, what would that look like for you? What color brings you joy? A few of you said you love the picture behind me and knowing the explanation. So yes, green, I love that. So Sweetness, I think, said green. That one went by fast. Tiffany, what was the last one? I don't know why it scrolled by.
It's okay, I got it. It's coming in from Jacqueline. It says that she is inviting the possibility of love and courage. So I have rose quartz and tiger's eye. For financial freedom, I have 2 crystals I got from Nika. I have my father's picture, the books of Zora Neale Hurston for writing our stories. And then another person, Veronica, calls in purple, and so does Z for their space.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Tiffany. I always love the support in this space, and from all of you. So if I'm going to give briefly, I will talk, hopefully wherever you are, that you can share. Yes, I saw that, Jacqueline. And I do have that here, not on this one. So Jacqueline said in the chat, there's a water feature, and definitely that being a carrier. And when I think of like use, so whatever you're creating, so today, so I don't have water at my physical altar on my desk because I am almost always drinking water. So it's not sitting there on that, but that's something that I imbibe. And I did pour libation this morning, and that's a part of my daily tradition. So I'd already poured libation to open the way. If you haven't heard of pouring libation, it's sharing a spirit or sharing water, since that's a come from. So having water at your altar in a cup. I generally use glass. And I think if you are from a particular faith, you will have different ways to do this and to use it. So what I'm going to invite all of you to do, and especially since you're here with me and with us and Wake Up Everybody, is to let it be a part of your morning and evening ritual. In the same day we join this space, and grand rising or good morning or blessed day in your greeting, you can start by greeting yourself through your ancestors, through what you're calling in, through what you're claiming, and speaking to them and manifesting what it is you're going to create. It is my personal belief that the energy and power that comes to and through your altar, whether it's an ancestral altar, a friend altar, an abundance altar, a love altar. I feel like my kitchen is one big altar. It's just talking and communication. Why do prayers work? Because you're in communication with the higher power through yourself. So, and why does it work when we all do it together and come together in community? There are times when I've taught where we've created a community altar, if we all come together and bring a special item. So think of your special item. I don't know that you want to go and get it now, but what I'm looking forward to is hearing from all of the people that typed in the chat on Zoom, here in Zoom, and for all of you on Facebook. I want to see what you type in later on that you went and got. I'm looking forward to seeing pictures of what you created. What candle, what item, what flower, what crystal, what will you create? And how will you use it? How often will you talk to it? Once a day, twice a day? So what's an intention? We saw some of the intentions all of you shared. And finding that space. A lot of you have spoken to me about needing to clear clutter, myself included, but finding a space, because if you're creating a sacred space, you're not going to have a pile of newspapers. You're not going to have a pile of magazines. It's not the pile of mail you didn't open or the ones you didn't shred. It's going to be a clear space that's comfortable for you. And you're going to create that energy with and around it. So you want to be there and sit or stand and talk and speak. And just gather those items that inspire you, that fuel you, and have that conversation. I see things coming into the chat, so I'm going to pause. Jacqueline says, I have an alabaster jewelry box with foreign currency from the Caribbean, Ghana, and Egypt. Oh man, let me see. I thought on the other side, I think I have that. I love butterflies. So this little butterfly box actually does have jewelry and coins in it. I don't remember where the coins are from, girl. So I definitely resemble that remark. And just right here. And I forgot it was in there until you said that, because I have it on the other side, separate from the altar. Someone else, shades of green, or most recently sweetness. Chantel, you've typed a lot in the chat. I'm going to have you invite your voice in and read that, so you can stop hearing me. All of y'all have been typing in the chat.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this session. It's very important, I think, even for me, someone with an altar, to always continue to learn different ways to do it and how to be effective with it. So one of the things I like to do is an offering to the ancestors. So I leave water, try to change out the water every few days. And my mother, she used to love Frosted Flakes, so I leave her that. And my grandfather, he loved peanuts, so I have that as well. And other snacks, depending on like the ancestor, switching it up. And of course, I have like my the plants for the earth, candles for fire and air. And I burn ancestral money so that as another type of offering to ancestors for the abundance part and the increase. And I've definitely seen shifts in my life and shifts in the things that I've been praying for and going to the altar for, literally just laying it on the altar, right? And you have that in your own home now, and you can speak to whoever the higher power is and speak to your ancestors. And I do that before leaving for work. Spray myself with some sage, or use the sage or put it all around my body, and feel a different level of protection leaving the house after speaking with them and feeling a different level of cover. And so that keeps me grounded. And now I'm knowing, like, you can put different types of altars around the house. So maybe I'll have one that's just focused on money, and the other one's focused on love, and one is just for ancestors. So that's what I'm learning now. There's no right or wrong way to go about creating your altar. And that's what I want people to know. It's for you. And as long as there is good intention behind it, then source will come, ancestors will come, everything will come.
Oh, girl, you just made my heart smile with that part, Chantel. And I had written that down too, to say that there is no right and wrong because you're setting your intention. So, oh, thank you, Afriye. Afriye said pouring libation is a prayer. And she asked a question, where do you get ancestral money? So I think that one is for you, Chantel.
Oh, okay. I could drop it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one either. So I appreciate, thank you for asking, Afriye. So having said that, I love that she brought in other energies of earth, because I don't have this particular altar at my desk. Sometimes there's food. There's another one, when I turn my head, there's a space near the kitchen where there's a picture and a candle, and that's the place where I generally put food out. So I have a tradition, when I cook and eat, they eat first. So, and sometimes I'll post pictures for those of you that are following me on social media. So you can share your meal. And at times for bigger holiday events, those of you know that I'd lost my daughter, I will leave an empty seat and set the plate there so they are physically welcome with me. So it's just right. It's, for me, it's more rites and rituals and ways of being that are so much a part of my daily life that I'm not always thinking about it. But in coming back to specifically at the altar, there's upstairs near my bedroom is where I have my money tree. So there's the money tree, and feeding the money tree and talking to the money tree, since some people have talked about abundance. And that was so much, having the money tree in the house was so big a part of my family's culture. And I love to hear from you. It's like, how many people have a money tree or a plant or something that they grew up with from their grandmother. I didn't get a clipping from my grandmother's, so this was a gift from somebody else. But how many people have plants and life in their home to feed and pour into? Just type a yes or a me in the chat or on Facebook. Okay, good. All right. I'm only seeing one yes. So I have to say, us need more life in your house. So what about that? There is so much, Imani, to recall and remember. That was a big part, of life. The lucky plant and the money tree. Thing that you always had in your home. So some life, because even if you're not pouring libation as a prayer, feeding and pouring into the plant as a way of nurturing and growing and seeing what you're doing to help things grow, what you're doing to help yourself grow. So the use part, since I say it's carving out time for you and saying use, creation, and becoming. So it's just light. You're looking at the elements and bringing in the things. I'm a big fire person. So there are candles literally on each floor and space in my home, whether it's a tea light candle or a 7-day candle. I do have flowers right next to me. I don't know if I can show, because since I make Florida water, what I have is a bouquet of flowers that are dried. So it's literally hanging upside down so I can see it. And then I will, soak it and start the creation of making Florida water from them. So it was a bouquet that I had that is now dried, and I'll use those petals. So the plants, feeding the plants, nurturing the plants, but the really, really, really big important part that I want to hear from you before I say my part, what is it that you, Facebook and Zoom, What do you do on a daily basis? Pick 2 things, 1, 2, maybe 3, and type in the chat. And if somebody wants to speak, speak to me. What do you do to feed your spirit on a daily basis? What do you do for yourself and your heart? How do you nourish yourself and give light and magnify light and creation of you as the altar and the sacred space?
We have Teresa's hand up. It was up
Oh,
before
I
you
didn't
asked
see
the
it.
question. Yes,
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
Teresa, my request is that you share what you're going to share, but answer the question that Dionne just posed so that we can keep moving the conversation forward. So if you could unmute, love.
Yes, hi. One of the things that I do is that I'll just talk, like out, like if I'm having a rough day, I'll start talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I need you to help me, deal with this situation, and it's like sometimes, I might cry and just say, Mom, I wish you was here to hold me, stuff like that. When I think about, I do have an altar. It don't look so comfortable right now. I gotta fix it when I get a thing. But I want to ask you, like, what is a money tree? I think I might know it, but I've never. Is
I
it the
can't.
snake? Is it the snake plant? Is that the money tree?
Some people have used the snake plant for that. I'm not sure if you've heard that, Shawnee, but it's braided at the bottom and they can grow to be rather large. Mine is small. Let me see if I can pull up a picture on the
Yeah,
on the
no,
internets.
right.
But
Because my grandmother had a lot of snake trees in the house, so I didn't know if that was the money. She had a lot of them, and I think my sister have some. She's into plants now, but I don't know. Every time I get a plant, it don't seem to live well, so I don't know how to handle with a
I,
plant. I'm having a problem.
Teresa, I resemble that remark. So Jacqueline had typed in the chat a bit ago that her plants were over 20 years old, and I don't. I had one plant that lasted a really long time, that I put my son's umbilical cord in after my oldest son was born. It was a lily, and I think someone else said they had a peace lily. Oh, Jacqueline also. So there are different plants, but I will find a picture of a money tree to post and share. But some more, let's see. Sweetness says she dry brushes her body and she drinks water with gentle intentions of the daily chores. Leah asked, what is Florida water used for? My dad used to sprinkle it around my very first apartment, but I thought it was just for a smell good effect. I never asked him since he's passed. Please share. Okay. I'm glad I started to sit over here. I can reach and grab all these things to share with you. So this is, my jar of what I've created, and I normally put it into small spray bottles. But for me, the use of Florida water, and I really want to hear another voice from people that I know use Florida water. My family hails from St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. So yes, Aaliyah, there was the smell good effect, but there was that spiritual effect. I remember when I had a fever that we would get the Florida water and you would have to like sprinkle it on and they would rub you down in that or with the alcohol to bring the fever down. But the energy was that you were clearing out the negativity that was on you. Like you were sick because it was a bad spirit. The word came up in my head in Spanish. So that's the level of clearing negative energy away. So my sons use it, my children use it, like everybody that move in the house, they come home. Oh, the rubber tree was a good one. Yes. Would say to me, like, what, do you have one? My son came by recently in his apartment, go, Mom, you have any of that Florida water? I was like, they sell it in the store, but yes, I do. And just poured some in a jar and gave it to him. So yes, sprinkling around for good energy. My children used it in their dorm. I use it. I put it in a spray bottle and carry it around. So yeah, somebody put the Jumbie Spirit. Yes, different island, I think. Where are you from, Jacqueline, that wrote Jumbie Spirit? So it's clearing and cleansing. So you think of certain energies and it's made from floral essences. And the only reason I started making it is because I couldn't purchase it while I was living in Kenya. So I needed a way to have it because it was a staple for me and all things that I do to get up and use it for myself. So I see people, Z also typed in, she prays and meditates and watches her mind. And lots of different things are coming in about plants. And Chantel says she puts it in her laundry. Like if you live in a place where you have a botanica, I have always grown up in Latin neighborhoods. So I grew up in a Puerto Rican neighborhood. I now live in the Heights in a Dominican neighborhood. You can go to a botanica and you can purchase it. And there's also floor washes. So what Chantel is speaking to is putting that energy into what you clean. But I'm going to pull us back to the actual altars, because I want to get to the last part, what I think is really crucial for each and every one of you that is here today, all, 30 of us here on Zoom and the folks on Facebook, is that you are the most important thing on the altar. So it's wonderful that you can put down food and you can put down water and you can have gifts there that magnify and amplify, but there's a certain aspect to you that has to be that. So when you're adorning yourself, whether it's essential oils on your skin or jewelry, if you wear earrings, or putting oils in your hair. And when I do the how to love the body in the mirror, massaging things into your skin and creating the affirmations, because it's coming through you. So I think we've had bad days, had bad periods and bad moments, right? So you want to clear that energy away from you. So the altar and the water is a way of clearing that energy, and the motions that you take to wipe things away from you and to clear yourself. So drinking water, you pour libation, you consume. It's what you give and how it moves through you. When you take care of yourself, that is another way in my translation of how I care for myself, in caring for and amplifying the work of my ancestors and the gods, is taking care of me. Because I want them to pour into me and feed me. So it's important that I'm taking care of me. So when you're at your altar and having that conversation, it is co-transformational. You're pouring, like I literally got chills from my ankles to my shoulders. You're feeding them and you're feeding yourself. So if you take 5 minutes a day, maybe in the morning and in the evening, most of us were taught to brush your teeth twice a day. You're gonna brush your teeth in the morning and brush your teeth at night. You can sit with your altar in the morning and at night. So talk to me. I want to hear from someone here, whether, and if there's another comment on Facebook, let me know, because I see things coming into the chat and I want to hear what's going on out there.
Sure. So we have 12 participants on Facebook, and Jim, the latest share was, when I pray and use essential oils, I feel peaceful, grounded, and calm. And I want to share for myself that I love that you're speaking about you as the altar, because as part of the Rites of Passage program that I lead, Be the Tree, I teach the same. Like when we're educating the women, because a lot of women come from different spiritual and religious backgrounds, we share about sacred space. And I'm like, you are the first sacred space. And we engage in altar-like ritualized behaviors, like you said, all the time. And we even have sacred space in our homes. We have mantles, we have pictures of family members and places where you like put your little, what they call tchotchkes. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, we all do it, but in being intentional about it, it's just so, so powerful. So as I speak, I'm looking to my left. This is not technically a sacred space, but now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh man, the way I have this laid out, it is. It's my desk for doing work. And I have a picture of a powerful woman looking up, and there's like fire coming out of her. It was an award that I got, but it's so dope. And then I have my initials, like these big wood carvings of my initials. I have a chalice with my name on it. I have all these books, especially books about anti-racism and healing books. And I have my divination cards. Like I have so much here and I never paid attention to it, but I create sacred space all the time. And I can just turn left and just start praying if I want to. But
oh my God, Shani, I got chills again from that. Thank you for sharing that. And I love, my sister, I'm always singing your praises, that you share that, because it's so true. And I did not know that about Be the Tree, and just like the like minds and the spirits and this village, village that we have with the Wake Up Everybody community and this global village, since I first was joining it here from Kenya. is a space where we share and, you know, finding the like minds and having the conversation. So yes, that sacred space, I have them all over my home with nature and looking at that. So you creating your home as a sacred space, because anybody that comes into my home, like even like repair people will be like, oh, it's peaceful in here. I feel calm when I come in here. Like, I see Akuya Doreen smiling at me, so she's definitely spent a lot of time here. And it's like, it's an energy you create in your space. So I want to hear from somebody. It is 7:34, so I have already gone over time for our short day. But if there's anyone that wants to share or still feels lost or confused and wants to work through what it is they need, or if you're clear on what you have and how to move forward, I'd love to hear one voice before we move forward. Or rather one more voice, because Shawnee was a great voice, as was Chantel.
Kay Sweetness has raised her hand.
All right, Sweetness.
Grace and peace, family, peace and blessings, grand rising. So I'm excited. I'm getting a little bit more excited every day. And thank you for the information. I will definitely start my altar today, absolutely, positively. Yesterday, I went to a gathering, Shawnee, and I met one of the presenters. I was just with Shawnee in, where was that, Shawnee? We were together at, with the brother who does the rites of passage. He Kamal happened to be somewhere where I was yesterday, right? So I know his face, but I couldn't figure out where I knew him from. However, I went to this gathering and I sent a picture to Facebook because I purchased some candles yesterday and some small items. You light them to give the aroma in the house. And so I purchased that. And so I have some things that I can start my altar with. And I have flowers that I talk to, representing my presence of the energy of my husband, because he would always be in this space with me, encouraging me and helping me, always helping me. I need so much help. I needed so much help, and he gave it to me. So I do that with these green flowers, light green flowers that I buy, because plants, they seem to die every time I buy them. They go ahead and die. So I went and got the flowers. And so I am excited. I'm ready for my altar. And then I'm gonna relocate to Georgia next month.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, it is a oh wow. My life is in a oh wow right now. And so Woo showing up, and Shawnee, the brother, I shared with the brother that my son is about to be a father. So he's open to supporting him, in a manly way. I'm very, very, very thankful for Woo, because the information that we get. See, some of us know something, but we don't know why we do some things. And it feels like on Woo, we get to be exposed to why things are done the way they're done. So I'm real excited and intentional.
Sweetness, I'm so glad. Sweetness, I was literally getting ready to cut you off and interject, like the intentionality. And then you said intention. So yes, there is a really importance. The best thing I will say before I close out, and echoing what you said, the intentionality. So the fact that your life is a wow now, and you've been in this space with Woo, I'm looking forward to them talking about the anthology as we move on, because that's a story that I want to read in the anthology. There's a sharing that we all have about the transformation that has taken place because of this space in over 400 days. That has come into creation, not just because of Shawnee, not just because of Dionne and Z, but because of each and every last one of you. So when you're claiming your space and yourself as the altar, you're not only giving thanks for what was, but you're giving thanks for what is and how it has transformed you, and giving thanks for yourself, giving yourself a big hug. I love seeing this in the chat. Sweetness, I'm so excited for you. I mean, Georgia still got internet, so I know we're still gonna see you on the internets here from Georgia, in the Zoom space. Keep registering and keep coming, and travel safely, and we'll send you off with prayers. But please, before I stop talking, I wanna remind everybody I'm looking at all these names in here. I'm expecting to see pictures, post pictures. Don't make me have to take pictures and like download the chat to see all was here. So I don't have to harass you on Facebook. Say, where's your picture? Post a picture. There should be a good 30, I'll even post a picture, a good 30 pictures of the sacred space. Somewhere in the chat, I did see Jacqueline said pretty much her whole home is an altar, which is kind of how I feel about my home. But there are specific spaces because I will not allow. And going back to the use, the last thing that I will say, and then I want to see what Martine said on Facebook, is that clean and let them be sacred. You know, the same way you take showers, you take baths, you brush your teeth, it's a sacred space you're creating. Don't let it get dusty. Don't let there be no cobwebs over there. You know, allow that space to be cleared and clean. You know, like maybe I might not be able to clean my entire house, but the areas in which I have a sacred space is clear. So whatever that altar is, a friendship altar, an abundance altar, an ancestral altar, 5 things, 3 to 5 things. It doesn't have to have a big stash. You can keep it simple and post it. And there's a lot going on in the chat. Chantel is sharing everything that she uses and buys. And I don't see it now, but I'm going to ask Shawnee to let me know what the person from Facebook said.
What they said about which part?
It was just a comment I saw from Facebook, but I didn't get to read
Oh,
it.
sure.
I believe it was Martine's.
You're gonna read it, Tiff, or you want me to?
Yes, I got it. I'm able
Okay.
to.
All right.
So from Facebook, Martine said, I had an aversion to altars before I did Be the Tree because I had abandoned religion. It felt like walking backwards until Be the Tree. BTT helped me to see otherwise. And then yes, Chantel is sharing a lot of links where you can get the money tree, and Teresa shared where to get Florida water. K Sweetness says, I am committed to keeping my altar clean and clear. We have, scroll up to the top some more. Jacqueline saying she's going to work on her altar. Aaliyah said that me too, I was initially scared when I heard the word altar, but education is key. Jacqueline says, all of my ancestral ethnic backgrounds are represented all over my home. She has a cactus in her windowsill. Yes, and then you said, yes, altars are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
From Facebook, Afia said, I was very averse to altars until Be the Tree.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we're caught up now. And then you also shared up through the chat. Everyone had liked the definition of altars that Dionne shared at the top of the session. An altar is just an intentional space where you gather tokens, magical or otherwise, that help you feel connected to your highest power. So yes, please go screenshot that or copy and paste it if you want it for reference.
There, I just popped it in the chat again. So the last thing that I want to say to all of you as I look forward to the pictures on Facebook sometime in the next week, that look at yourself as the altar. Now that you've decided what physical thing you're going to have, how can you adorn yourself and be Sweetness, we're on the same page today. I was going to say excited. How can you adorn yourself and be excited about yourself? And that may not happen every day for you. How can you treat yourself as the altar? Will you adorn your hair? Will you be like, okay, Adam, go to the gym and take care of your physical body? Shawnee says she's going to move her body today. Can you drink more water? Thank you, Sweetness. Can you massage your skin? Can you do a self massage? What is it in the way that you're going to honor your physical body so you can magnify the light that's coming through you? So that's the other part. It's not just talking to or creating that, but it's imbibing and becoming. It's about the use, the creation, and you becoming that sacred space. And I love that Shawnee echoed that in her rites of passage, that you talk about that you are your own first sacred space. This is your first home. I like telling my kids, I point to my belly, this was your first home. This was your first home. So your mama's belly was your first home. And now you have this beautiful vessel that will hopefully last you a good 100 years. So really find a way to take care of yourself. And when you post a picture of your altar, share the one thing that you're not always doing that you're going to add. Is it going for a walk? Is it drinking more water? For most people, it's drinking more water. So I'm committed to drinking my water. And I love all the resources that each of you shared. I'm going to have to save the chat for myself, but I am complete. And if you have any questions, let me know, because since it's a little over, I want to close out and tell you what's coming up next, but I want to hear from you. So if there are any hands raised or other comments that came in.
Yeah, there are a lot of comments based on your ask about what we will do. And while Tiff pulls up pulls up this piece, closing slides, is Aaliyah said, I love, she's acknowledging magnifying the light coming through you. And then Z said, I'll replay one of my Sahu Speed sessions, because Sahu Speed does the body work, so powerful. Tiffany, I've started adorning my womb with beads, waist beads, I would imagine. And then Zakia said, drink water all day, every day. Afriye says she wears frankincense and myrrh daily. Teresa says that needed the reminder to reconnect with her altar, so she got that today. And there was a question to Chantel, or a comment question. Chantel, can you share those links on the Facebook page? I cannot share the chat from my phone. And I told Chantel, I'm like, that damn link is 3 million characters long. So I'm like, can we get a shorter link? Do a bit.ly, you know how to do that, convert it so we can share it with ease.
Yeah.
So I'm complete with the shares from Zoom and Facebook.
Thank you. I love starting my day with y'all. So thank you for participating so powerfully and for showing up for yourself consistently. And always, you have all of us as resources. So you know how to reach out to Shawnee, you know how to reach out to me, you Sahu Speed, you know how to find the replays. I do remember the Sahu Speed sessions, and I find them very helpful as well. So you have resources. And when you forget, we are all reflections of you to help you remember. The light you see in others is the light that's in you. And maybe you'll be able to inspire and reinvigorate your flame from in. So you are the light. And I am complete for today.
Yay.
Oh, thank you, Jem and Z. So I always give a special offer of having a conversation or a coaching session with me called a breakthrough session. But because we're talking about you, your body as an altar, and inviting you to move, it's a complimentary yoga class. And all you have to do is email me. I know everybody is not in New York. I do teach a class in person, and it's in Manhattan, downtown, and you can be my guest for a class. And I do teach classes twice a week via Zoom. So if you're not comfortable with coming into a physical yoga studio, you can reach out to me and have a complimentary class on Zoom. I am going to give this to the first 8 people that email me. So please do email me, and we will go from there. I will see that. You see the email address is dionne@joyousocean.com. The first 8 people. My contact information, feel free to connect with me. I'm not good at answering the phone, but you can send me a text, and some of you have, thank you. So my phone number, how to find me on Facebook, Instagram, email, as well as the website. Lots of information there. So please feel free to connect. I also posted in the Woo Facebook group that there's an event coming up on Thursday, Veterans Day. And this is all about, veteran vagina monologue. So when you go to the link tree, there's generally information about what upcoming events I have that are not on Woo. And then, thank you for the hearts, Joyce. Really excited that tomorrow, Tuesday, November 9th, Breathe Away Holiday Stress for Real Peace on Earth, being facilitated by Ayo Handy Kendi. And then the beautiful Shawnee Benton Gibson will talk about the Woo Tribe Stories of Ascension on Wednesday. So come through, make sure you're getting all your information to reinvigorate yourself right here in Woo.
Thank you so much, Dionne. Greatly appreciate your partnership this morning. It's now time to welcome all the new Woo members, the newcomers to the space. So if today is your first session, this is your first time joining us, we want to welcome you. We want to acknowledge you. So please drop that in the chat. Thank you for joining us in a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. So as we just heard, the Woo Anthology is coming up. You have to complete the survey today. The survey link is bit.ly/Woo Stories. This is the lineup of things we have going on. Complete your 10-question survey by November 1st. Answers will lead to themes in the book. Set up a new set of questions will be finalized and sent out. Story submissions received from you. And then the book launch is prepared. We're preparing for the book launch on the 2nd anniversary of March 29th, 2022. So join us tomorrow where Shawnee's going to go over all of this that I just spoke on. This is the Wake Up Everybody schedule. We are live in Zoom space 5 days a week. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30, Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30. Please text the word Woo Nation to 74121 so that you can receive your text notifications when it's time to join us in these spaces. Have you shopped your Woo swag yet? Shop us at bit.ly/Woo swag. Get your face masks, your water bottles, your coffee mugs, your sweatshirts, get all your swag merch just in time for you to gift them for the holiday season or because you want to share some love. Thank you. And here's how you stay in touch with us. Register weekly at bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. You can join us in our virtual communities on Facebook at bit.ly/Wake Up Community. This is the private page. And then on the public page, we are on bit.ly/Woo Nation. Follow us on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, on YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. And lastly, you can email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. At this time, I invite everybody to come off of mute. Time to rain love, abundance, and appreciation on Ms. Dionne this morning by letting us know that we are the altar, the most important altar. Thank you, Dionne. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Dionne.
Thank you,
Advocate.
Dionne.
Love
Love you.
Thank
You,
you so much,
Dionne. Love you, love you,
Dionne,
love you.
for sharing.
Thank you.
How are you?
Yes, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Have a great week.
So much for blessing me.
So Queer, your name just came up in our group, our general meeting yesterday.
Wonderful day,
I had to
everyone.
call you to speak to you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hugs and kisses.
Thank you.
Hugs and kisses.
Thank you.
And
So much.
Mama, Teresa, Jackie, everybody. I love you all. I'm so happy.
Thank you,
when I'm
thank
with
you,
y'all.
thank you.
Y'all make my morning.
Thank you.
That makes my